Today we are going to see one of our ancient beautiful Shiva temple situated in Andhra Pradesh, located 15 kilometers of Indupur and approximately 120 kilometers from Bangalore. The name of the temple is Lepakshi. As the roads are really good and will take only couple of hours from Bengaluru to reach this beautiful place. Okay, now let's get into the history and details of this temple. Origins of ancient temples of South India are usually shrouded in mystery. This particular feature is more remarkable in the case with Lepakshi temple. From the early times, several legends have gathered around the fame of Lepakshi. Naturally, with the growth of the temple, the legends also increased. There are two entrances to this temple. One is facing the north and another is facing west. Now we will enter through the northern entrance. On the entrance, you can see a Dvajastamba and a huge gate. And on the entrance, you will be greeted by a small Ganesha statue to the right and then a multi-dimensional sculpture of a bull to the left. The speciality of this bull is that it has one body and three heads. If you close this two head, you can see a bull which is looking down. If you close this and the below head, you can see a bull which is looking up. If you close the up and the down head, you can see a bull which is looking in the front. Three different postures with one body and three heads easily depicted in stone. It is like a flip book for them. This shows the creativity during that era. Okay, now let's get into the entrance hall of this temple. As soon as you enter, you can see so many pillared Natya Mandapa and each pillar has been carved very nicely. The entire temple has around 876 pillars and there are around 70 pillars in this mandapa. In this, 69 are completely touching the ground except one which we will see. In this Natya Mandapa, the sculptures of Ramba, Apsara dancing and Lord Shiva along with Parvati Devi have come to see the dance performance, wherein Surya Bhagavan, Chandra Bhagavan, Nandishvara, Panchamukha Brahma, Sanatana Maharishi, Dattatreya and other gods are playing different instruments. You can see the sculpture of Bringeshwara, who is the master who taught the dance for Ramba, Urvashi, Menaka, and Tilotama. You can see he has three legs because he was advised to teach the dance continuously so that he can use one of his leg to take rest and two of them to teach the dance. According to Sthala Mahatmayam, sage Agastya, during his visit to various sacred places of south of the Vindhyas, visited the place and is said to have stayed in a cave on the Kurmasaila hill and built a small temple and dedicated the same to Papaneshwara. There are so many structures present in this temple. Example, Papaneshwara Shrine, Veerabhadra Shrine, Raghunatha Shrine, Parvati Shrine, Navagraha Pita, Bhadrakali Shrine, Hanumalinga, Natya Mandapa, Pakashala, Nagashiva Linga, Ganesha Mandapa, Kalyana Mandapa, Anjanaya Shrine, Panchanga Mandapa, Homa Mandapa, Yoga Mandapa, Somavara Mandapa, Uyyala Mandapa, Dvajastamba, Balipita, and some more. Initially, there were two shrines, Veerabhadra and Papaneshwara, sharing the common platform and his pillared mandapa around. Subsequently, a third structure dedicated to Raghunatha was added on the west. attaching to the platform. This one pillar was completely hanging in the air in all four corners. With amusement, the Britishers tried to remove and find out what it is. As they tried to remove it, the entire mandapa started to shake and then they stopped it. And in this process, one corner has come down little and the other three are still in the air. This temple is an example of rich architectural expertise of Vijayanagara sculptures. The paintings in South India has a long history in which many ruling dynasties have contributed their might by extending patronage. The paintings are done mostly on the ceiling and to some extent on the wall surfaces of the main shrines. On the ceiling, the open space in between the horizontal beams is converted into long rectangular panels. The Lepakshi paintings include scenes from Ramayana, like Dasharatha being instructed by Vashishta to perform Putrakameshti Yajna and end with marriage of Rama with Janaki, thus covering the entire Balakanda. The paintings also has scenes from Mahabharata like Draupadi Swayamvara, Arjuna shooting arrow at Matsya Yantra at top while looking down at the water, Arjuna and Draupadi marriage scenes, Krishna as Vatapratsahi, Shiva's marriage, Shiva and Parvati playing chess, and Bhakta Kannappa's story. Nagas, according to Puranic text, are a race of serpents inhabiting the Patala Loka. The Mahabharata and the Varaha Purana designate the Nagas as the sons of Kashyapa and Dakshayani, and in the former they were also told to be the sons of Kadru and Kashyapa. They are worshipped by us on Panchami day in the bright half of the month of Shravana, the day of their birth. Now, let's look at one of the main attractions of Lepakshi temple, the Nagashiva Linga. The story of this Nagalingam goes like this. You can see a kitchen opposite of this Nagalingam, and once the sculptors had come for lunch, and the mother said that there is a delay in preparing lunch and it will take another 2 hours to prepare. So the sculptors decided to carve out a Naga statue with 7 hoods in a boulder in the 2 hours. When the mother came out and saw this, she was astonished. And in later years, King Krishnadevaraya got a black stoned Shivalingam from Orissa and kept on this Naga. And thus the name Nagalingam came into existence and people started worshipping it. And for this huge Nagalingam, there should be a Nandi who is looking at it. That Nandi is situated 500 meters from this Nagalingam, which we will see it later. In this huge boulder, there are three structures. One is Nagalingam, and the second is Kalahasti story, and then there is a huge Vinayaka sculpture. The next sculpture which we are going to look at is of Ganapathi, the chief of Ganas. He is depicted at 31 places. In a majority of cases, he is shown seated and having 4 hands. He is also carved in other postures, standing and dancing. The monolithic sculpture, carved on the natural granite boulder of the backside of the Virabhadra shrine, is seated in Savya Lalitasana, the upper 2 hands holding a Ankusha and Pasa, while the lower two holds a Trishula and a bowl of sweet. He is wearing a kirita, several haras, and a long ignopavita, and also wristlets and anklets. His vehicle mouse is carved on the pita. The next story depicted in this huge boulder is of Sri Kalahasti. The story goes like this, that a spider, which is called as Shri, a snake, Kala, and an elephant, Hasti, used to worship Lord Shiva to attain moksha. At the end of a Shivaratri day, all the three got moksha on the bank of Suvarnamukhi river, where the temple of Sri Kalahasti was built. This sculpture are seven forms of Parvati Devi which are worshipped by local people here. According to a popular story, Virupanna held a high post of the regional governor stationed at Penugonda during the reign of Achyutaraya Maharaya. He was more religious minded and is credited to have constructed the entire temple complex, spending the entire treasure. After hearing this news, the king got angry at him and ordered that Virupanna should be blinded as punishment for the above crime. He, being a loyal servant, carried out this order on the spot. It is also stated that the sudden blindness of Virupanna left the Kalyana Mandapa incomplete. This incomplete mandapam, which you are seeing, is the marriage hall constructed with the theme of Shiva and Parvati getting married in Kailasa. First, the Lord Shiva himself has come in his vehicle Nandi. Parvati's mother, Maina Devi, Parvati's father, Parvataraja Himavan, is also present next to Parvati Devi. Then you can see Devendra has come in his vehicle Airavata carrying his Vajrayudha. And then Agni Deva is also present. He is rightly placed in southeast side, which is Agni Mula. Yamadharma has come in his vehicle Buffalo. Varuna Deva has come with his vehicle Crocodile. Brihaspati, who is the chief guru of all the Devatas, is also present for this marriage. Vayudeva has come in his vehicle, which is deer. Kubera is also present in his vehicle, wild boar. Rishi Vashishta Mahamani is also present in this marriage. Dattatreya and Sri Mahavishnu is also present, standing next to each other to witness this marriage. During Treta Yuga, when Ravana kidnapped Sita Mata, as he was traveling through this side, Jatayu stopped Ravana at this place, and there was a fight between Ravana and Jatayu for 3 days. As Jatayu was defeated and chopped off his wings by Ravana, Sita Devi set her right foot and blessed Jatayu and said him to be alive till Rama comes and inform him. There is always water present in this monument so that the Jatayu can drink and survive till Rama comes. And when Rama came and Jatayu explained all the things, and Rama gave moksha to Jatayu and said, Lepakshi, which means get up bird in local language, and thus the name Lepakshi came into existence. You Now, what you are seeing are the plates which were used to have food by the sculptors. There are around 40 of these plates which are inside the Pakashala. By the size of these plates, big Sita Ma foot and the Nagalingam, the huge Ganesha statue, the biggest Nandi, looks like the people during those days were very tall. The locals say that during Treta Yuga, the average height of the people were around 16 to 18 feet. What you are seeing now is the biggest monolithic Nandi in the whole Asia. This Nandi is so beautifully carved, and the ornaments designed in this Nandi are so real and it looks so beautiful. And this Nandi is carved in such a way that it directly looks at the Nagalingam, which is 500 meters, which is present inside the temple. One of the mysterious things which I have heard about this Nandi is that during Kali Yuga, this Nandi will scream loud, and when this happens, because of the sound, the whole world will collapse, and thus the Kali Yuga will come to end. This is one of the stories from locals. The best time to visit this temple will be from October to January when the climate will be very pleasant. This temple is so beautiful, and there are so many stories and mysteries in this temple, which makes one of the must visit ancient temple in South India. Do please visit this temple and enjoy this beauty. You will definitely go with a peace of mind. Please keep the temple clean and neat, and thank you